Back in New York alongside Dave Fink. My name is Dave Vincent for the men's quarterfinal, last quarterfinal match of the day. It is Nadi Alvarado wearing that yellow jersey up against Jonathan Iglesias, who is now a local again, originally starting out here in New York, went off to Florida and Costa Rica, and now he's back to New York, and he's a fan favorite. They call him a hometown kid, as he's played here often at the New York Athletic Club. It's nice to go out of town and see one of the local players actually make it this far into one of these race freight draws, which is not easy to do. And Jonathan Iglesias has definitely done that, and he has a good chance of advancing if Nadi Alvarado, the one that showed up against Dave Chapman yesterday for the first 10 points of the tournament for him, shows up here for this one as Nadi Alvarado goes up against Jonathan Iglesias. Dave Fink, Nadi yesterday had one of those roller coaster days. He looked absolutely terrible for about 10 points, and then he was unstoppable, scoring 14 straight against Dave Chapman. Then he didn't look good again, and then he looked great again, and he seems to kind of do this often.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, roller coaster. Nadi has the ability to get hot and really neutralize anyone that he's playing. He starts getting that serve and shoot game going, and there's really nothing you can do.
So John serves.
I think Dave Chapman said it best when he said Nadi was just unreal yesterday against me. I mean, he made some of the best shots I've ever seen him make, and he said 38-foot revolving door kill shots with a lot of power.
No bad bounces, except maybe like slides on the serves, but I didn't see any slides. Break of 15. Here we go. 0-0.
It's interesting, Dave. John has played in 3 race events this year, not qualified in any of them, yet here he is in the quarterfinals, and you're saying to yourself, well, how's that possible? I thought you had to qualify
Side out.
or be invited to have a chance, but he was actually a lucky loser, Dave, who made it through that lucky loser draw to defeat Sean Lenning.
0-0.
And that's why he's here, taking on Nadi Alvarado, the winner of this to play Robbie McCarthy, who had that emotional win over Luis Moreno.
Serve.
These guys have played, Dave, at the U.S. Open. Nadi Alvarado winning 2 games.
1-0.
You know, we talked to John a lot, Dave, even in between tournaments, and
second serve.
he seems, for whatever reason, to struggle with his confidence. And, you know, we know that he's a very good player, and I don't see why he should have any issues whatsoever, but for whatever reason, I think, Dave, that he feels a little intimidated against the top guys.
Well, I was hoping, or maybe thinking, that what happened yesterday with Sean Lenning would help his confidence, even if it's not the same Sean Lenning that we've seen before.
Well, I think that's the problem, is I think players and fans now know that a win over Sean Lenning this season is not what it once was. We saw Sean Lenning lose today 25-4 against Luis Cordova in the playoffs.
Referee is Emmett Bichotte. Nadi Alvarado has 2, and Jonathan Iglesias 0. It's a 1-game match to 25. We're at the New York Athletic Club. In the women's quarterfinals, Katrina Casey got by Maria Dugas earlier today. Jessica Gali over Lavana Madden, who played a pretty big upset against Bailey Chandler. In that round of 16, Madden defeated Bailey 26-24. So Jessica Gali defeated Madden 25-8, and she's now in the semis to face Katrina Casey. In the lower semifinals, it's Lisa Frazier-Gilmore going up against Tracy Davis, which will be a great match there, as Tracy got past Danielle Daskalakis 25-21, and Frazier narrowly defeated Aoife McCarthy by the score of 25-21.
Nadi has so much experience, and he knows just how to pace himself.
Check it.
He doesn't try and start real fast, Dave. He starts steady, works his way into the match, and he waits for his moment
0-3.
where he can kind of seize the momentum and build a lead. That's why it's important against Nadi to try and get off to a fast start, because he's not a fast starter. It's really your only chance to stay with him, because towards the middle of the game, he will have one of his streaks.
Hold it.
Ooh, that's a tough one to hold, but I guess it's probably the right call.
You know, Dave, John grew up playing one-wall big ball. That's how he learned. And
1-3.
you play very close in that game, and he brings that style to four-wall. We say that he plays a hybrid one-wall game in the four-wall court, and that's part of that hybrid game is playing close.
2-3. Short. Second serve.
I'm sure John feels pretty comfortable in that close game that you mentioned.
I think Dave Noddy used to play closer, but I've noticed in the last couple of years that he doesn't play nearly as close as he once did.
I think that might be a tribute to just not being back to the red carpet fast enough. That's a nice, smooth shot right there from T. Gray.
I actually believe it's a tribute to the webcast. I think he's watched himself play and made an adjustment.
3-2.
Noddy wearing his yellow jersey that he earned at
Short,
the 2012 U.S. Open, winning the doubles there with Toddy Silveira. Remember, Dave Noddy has been in 5 race finals, but hasn't won one.
He was also in the finals of the World Outdoor Three-Wall Championships.
No, he never was. Lost in the semis there to Luis Moreno in 2011 in his only appearance there.
No, I'm talking about doubles with John Bike.
No, I didn't know that counted.
Well, it did.
Okay.
4-2.
That ball just over the line. Now 5-2.
Oh, that was called short.
5-2.
Okay.
No.
I thought I heard Noddy unhappy with something there.
I think Noddy was trying to what you call post-selling a close serve, being upset with yourself that it was not exactly what you wanted, to try to get the referee not to call the short ball. Not putting words into Noddy's head, but that's what I felt he was trying to do there, was just to kind of take attention away from the serve and more onto himself. But he didn't need to. That ball was just slightly over the line.
6-2.
It's an amazing overhand right corner kill from Noddy there.
Well, he's been doing that a lot lately. Yeah. Noddy's getting older, but he's also getting more crafty.
That's not a crafty shot. And John with a worse shot.
Well, Noddy does those overhand shots in practice. I just haven't seen him do it in the pro matches, and that's another beautiful right corner kill.
I've seen him hit about 1,000 of those against me.
Well, that is practice, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no,
for
it
him.
is.
No, for him it actually is.
7-2-2.
Noddy's the proud dad of 3 beautiful daughters. I know they're watching at home. Also his lovely wife.
Well, they're having a viewing party, they say, back in Hesperia.
In the shadows of the brand new 3-wall court that was built in the Alvarado estate backyard. I know, Dave, that you'll be making a trip there soon.
7-2.
In fact, just spoke to El Gato this morning via text.
Wow.
He's in my favorite 5, my Fab 5, as they say with Verizon.
I'm actually in his least favorite 5.
Really?
Yeah. It's a new app that just came out, and he immediately installed it to put me in there at number 1. He actually put me in at number 2 also.
It's really strange. He doesn't have 3, 4, or 5 listed, just you as 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Look at that shot. Noddy goes over the top, keeps it down,
Point.
gets another point. Noddy looks good here early.
9-2.
Well, this is completely opposite of what we saw yesterday when he fell behind 8-1 with just some terrible play. And now he's playing like he did in the middle of that game yesterday. Could have been a hinder there, I thought. Oh, look at that inside-out fist, but John does well to keep the rally alive and push Noddy back.
Side out.
John actually coached by his buddy and sparring partner, Vlad Klim, who won the WPH UK Open in London February 1st and 2nd, representing the WPH there, and also performed junior clinics. But Vlad is a very astute handball observer, Dave, and a pretty good player.
1 disagrees. Short ball.
He works with John both on his shots and his mental game. They call their coaching sessions powwows, actually. He said it's part shot
It was a
and
close
part
call, but I think it was
psychology.
Okay.
Vlad has
3-9.
3 master's degrees, Dave. So he's qualified to do a lot of things.
Or he's just a career college student.
Well, I like to take the positive spin.
Okay, well, a lot of power right there. Naughty tees off on one. You know, Jonathan doesn't get the praise for being a get artist because you don't see him just running all over the court, but he does get his hand on a lot of balls up front. Real quick hands up front. He seems to cut the angles off, and he's also diving and maybe not a get artist, but he's certainly a retriever. And maybe that's a tribute to that one-wall game of having to have those real quick hands up front. He doesn't want to, doesn't seem like he hangs back much. And Dave, you said after playing him, it's just a different experience. I mean, he just has a whole different look than what you're used to. And I think that could throw a guy like Naughty off if you're just not used to playing a
great shot from John.
John Iglesias. It's almost like playing a Samson Hernandez,
Yeah.
like a traditional big ball player.
Well, the shots that most forward players are the worst at, which is short hops and paddle shots, are his best shots. And the shots that are traditionally a forward player's best shots, which are the back wall, are really his worst. Look at that get from John. Now he doesn't give himself enough space there to hit the ball down the right. And that's a terrible error from Naughty. Frustrated with himself. I think that he didn't end that rally when he should have. He just goes for a crazy soft paddle kill. Even if that makes the wall, Dave, it's not going to be a good shot with John right up there in front of him.
6-9. John 6-9.
Got a good one for you, Dave. As the score here is 6-9. Has there ever been a pro stop where the top 4 seeds, not one of the top 4 seeds, made it to the semifinals?
No.
It's happened here.
Wow.
I mean, if you look at this right now, Naughty Alvarado is the 5 seed. Jonathan Iglesias is 13.
Right.
So no matter what, that's not going to count. Robbie McCarthy was a 9 seed. He defeated number 1. You got defeated by Armando Ortiz, who was also a qualifier, so we know that doesn't count. Paul Brady was a 6 seed. So our semifinalists are not ranked 1 through 4 in the rankings. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but
no, it has not.
Certainly looks easy here when you look at the bracket.
And you remember, Dave, in our first season, the top 4 seeds made the semifinals in every single event except for one, where Dave Chapman was a top 4 seed in Atlanta 2012, race for 8-1 and lost to Shanks. Other than that, the top 4 advanced to the semifinals in all 8 stops.
9-6.
Yeah. So for those at home, I want to thank Joe Hagan for bringing that one up.
Wow.
Who was watching the live broadcast and said, hey, I just noticed something.
Yeah.
You don't have any of your number 1 through 4 seeds making it to the semifinals, not let alone just making it to a final. Naughty Alvarado could be the highest seed left in this tournament. And if he loses here, then Paul Brady would be the highest seed remaining. Naughty dips that ball into the floor, side out.
6. Hold it. 6-9.
John's got to be feeling good here because Naughty got off to a great start. John looked like maybe this was going to be a short match, but he's come back strong here, winning the last 4 points. And Naughty, for the first time in the last 5 rallies, Dave, really stayed down when took his time there. Hit a great bullet down the right wall.
9-6.
Last night we ran into Naughty Alvarado on the streets of New York. Just kind of a rare encounter, and I think we all went in, and I don't quite remember what happened. I know I lost a credit card somewhere, and but we went into a grocery store and bought a whole bunch of water and health food, which is very rare for me to say that word, the H word. But
wow,
Naughty was very jovial and
yeah.
in a good mood, and so were you. But it seems like as Naughty gets older, now he's 40 years old. Remember how intense he used to be?
Short.
That was short.
Yeah.
but it seems like he was just more, you know, intense back then. Now he's more like cherishing the environment, and we make the mistake because we give Noddy his space and don't really talk to him, but he's a great guy to hang out with.
Yeah.
It's just that you don't think he's that guy anymore, but he really is. He wants to go and, you know, sit down and have dinner and have a good time, and maybe kind of like Cal Ripken did when he did his farewell tour, just kind of recognize the game a little bit more before you leave and appreciate it. And you oftentimes get back to your hotel and feel bad that you didn't go out to dinner with Noddy because he's wanting to do it, but you think, well, this is 1992, 93, 2000.
11-6.
11 serve 6.
Point.
And Dave, that's an amazing serve from Noddy, but you notice that the players really aren't sweating. I mean, you don't see the shirts wet. It's very, very cold.
Those are icicles hanging down from a shirt.
Yeah.
It's sweat, but it's frozen sweat. No, you're right. It's this is a totally different environment here. This is the coldest I have ever been at inside of a building where I'm on the 21st floor. I don't know how it could be this cold.
Well, it's strange, Dave, because the middle court, which is generally the exhibition court here, is very, very warm. But then the courts on the ends, which one of these is, are freezing, as is our studio here. So
this is the coldest studio I've ever been involved in. I actually looked for an app on my phone to see if there was a temperature app that would give the current temperature of the room. They don't have that yet.
Okay.
There's no mercury located inside your phone.
That could be $1 billion idea right
well,
there.
Yeah,
and you just ruined it because we've got so many listeners, Dave, and one of them is already programming that app as we speak, and you're not going to get one dime of that $1 billion that he or she makes. It's a shame, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of the story of your life, though.
Yeah. I've cherished it.
Okay. I don't understand that shot from Noddy.
Hold it.
But, you know, you ask Noddy, he goes for some of these strange shots, some of these soft paddle kill off balance, or, you know, the ball comes right at him really hard, and instead of letting it come off the back wall, he just scoops it back, and you say, well, you know, I don't understand why you're going for those shots, and he'll say, well, it's just old age. But he doesn't play as though old age is bothering him. It's just every once in a while you see him take these strange shots, kind of a strange decisions.
I like that right there. Nice two-wall pass from Noddy. Jonathan comes in and tries to fly that serve from Noddy.
13-6. Point.
Noddy had that nice lead. Jonathan started getting a couple points. Now Noddy looks good again.
14-6.
Well, this is all part of the mental training that Noddy does. He knows that he doesn't want to play 100% for the entire game or entire match, so he'll pick his spots, and he misdirections John there. But Noddy gets off to a great start, leads 9-2. John comes back and makes it 6-9, and now Noddy quickly out 15-6 at halftime. And, you know, that's very much planned. Noddy knows when to turn it on. He knows when to seize the momentum. He knows how to stop the momentum of his opponent.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Stay here for Dave Fink, Dave Vincent at racefreight.com.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids
you.
how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back.
Nadi
The second
serves.
half.
Score is 15-6.
You heard the announcement from our referee, Emmett Pashot.
Short.
Nadi Jr. serving to start the second half, leading 15-6 over the
Second
NYAC's
serve.
Jonathan Iglesias. Second serve here for Nadi. This will be a Z serve.
Point.
Oh, and a terrible error from John. And one of those serves that just gets right up against the sidewall. You have to decide as a returner whether you're going to play it
16-6.
before the sidewall or after. John cut in the middle and flubs the return. John overhits the ceiling shot. Really one of Nadi's favorite shots, but
Side out.
leaves it up, and John with a great paddle kill.
6-16.
You heard our referee make a gasp there as that serve almost hit Jonathan. I think it probably distracted Nadi. Didn't say anything after the rally, but
7-16.
a strange noise during the rally from our referee.
Short.
Unfortunately for him, he'll be fined for that. That's a
Second
verbal,
serve.
audible, avoidable hinder on the referee. Just 50 bucks though.
Well, we see sometimes these refs want to make a call and then they decide that they don't want to, so they make this real quick.
7-16.
Oh, wait, you know, they'll say hint or scream, you know, and the players actually do hear that because they're listening for it. I know you've had experiences before where the referee's in the middle of calling a call and then stops himself and then it's quite disruptive, actually.
8-16. Side out.
Good to see Jonathan so intense here in the second half. 16-8 is not insurmountable by any means.
16-8.
Just over the short line.
Cracked out.
That's a shot that Nadi's aiming for, front wall, sidewall kill, and he hits it so hard with so much spin that
17-8.
when it hits the sidewall, it stays down.
Point.
Amazing serve. And Dave, is that frustrating for an opponent when Nadi hits an ace and he's talking to himself as though he didn't hit it well enough? I mean, isn't it enough that you got the unreturnable serve?
18-8.
I know I wouldn't like it. When I've played Nadi, he's never had a bad serve.
Yeah.
So it's never
What's your
really
second?
happened, but I can see where it would be frustrating. But Iglesias should be more frustrated with his own play here. He's not really doing anything to neutralize any of the weaknesses that Nadi has.
Well, you know, when Nadi is doing what he's doing right now, you can't do anything. I mean, Nadi's hit 3 incredible serves in a row. John was fortunate to get 2 of them back, but they were huge setups. So this is just what Nadi does to you, though.
What explains how in race stop number 1, Nadia Alvarado loses in the
30
round
seconds.
of 16? In race stop number 2, Nadia Alvarado makes it to the final, makes it to the semis and then the finals.
You ready, John?
Race stop number 3 loses in the round of 16. He's just a few points away from making it back to the
Alvarado
semifinals
serving
again
19-8.
here in race stop number 4.
Well, you know, Nadia will never make excuses, but he showed up very sick in Plummer this year. Lost to Mondo Ortiz, who was playing great handball, who went on to make the finals. But, you know, Nadia was basically playing with the flu there. Then he goes to Houston with a bad elbow and also sick. And, you know, I know you don't like to hear those excuses, but I'm going to just say what I saw.
Yeah.
From seeing Nadia.
That ball was short, Dave.
You asked. Okay, I thought you were thumbing down my explanation.
No, I agree with your explanation,
Okay.
but I'm just saying the ball was short.
And even at the U.S. Open, Nadia really didn't
21-8.
play his best. He got a forfeit in the quarterfinals. Sean Lenning in the semifinals, not really playing all that well, and then Nadia's into the final. So it's really, these are the 2 best matches Nadia's played during the season.
22-8.
This is his up and down roller coaster results are a tribute to the common house flu.
And an elbow injury.
Oof, nasty left-handed corner kill right there from Nadia Alvarado from about 37 back. That was crazy.
Well, Nadia's feeling it now. He's really playing great in the second half. Incredible display of handball here. Serving, power, and kills. And John really hasn't had a chance to get into any of these rallies. We'll see if Nadia can close out this match better than he did yesterday, where it took him 8 match points. He's just now 1 shot away from going to the semifinals and securing his bid to Salt Lake City, Dave, where he'll be going for the 3rd consecutive year of the Players' Championship. Only 3 guys are guaranteed a spot in their 3rd, and there's Nadia with a terrible error on match point. But only 3 guys, Dave, at this moment are guaranteed to be in that Players' Championship for 3 consecutive years.
Second serve.
We'll also very likely be welcoming Mondo Ortiz to that elite group this year, Dave. Almost a lock at this point. Very well could be. We'll have to see how the points shake out. But here's Nadia again for the match.
That's an overhit.
Oh, great anticipation from Nadia. Put himself right in the right spot. And
good gift there from Iglesias.
Another great pass shot.
Referee then makes it again. Nadia's going to give him that little gamesmanship. Referee's going to play it over.
Well, you know, our referee made that sound long before Nadia even had a chance to go for it. I think had the referee not made that sound, he probably would have called it a side out. But he knew that he distracted Nadia just enough to where whatever chance Nadia did have was gone.
Short. Second serve.
So looks as if Nadia Alvarado is going to face Robbie McCarthy tonight at 6 p.m. in these semifinals. Paul Brady up against Armando Ortiz.
Oh, great shot.
That was fun, guys.
And the referee telling the players it was fun.
I don't think it was too fun for John Iglesias.
It was less than 30 minutes. Nadia Alvarado takes down John Iglesias 25-8, and he advances to the semifinals. 6 o'clock tonight, they'll get back on the court here. At 5 o'clock this evening, it'll be Paul Brady versus Mondo Ortiz. And I guess our broadcast will continue at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I could be wrong, but I do believe 3 o'clock is the bottom bracket of the women's semis, which is going to be Lisa Frazier-Gilmore up against Tracy Davis. That'll be at 3 o'clock, followed by the upper bracket semifinals of Jessica Gowley at 4 o'clock versus Katrina Casey. And then it'll be the men's semifinal. So we're going to take about a 2.5-hour break, and then we'll be back with more handball action here from the New York Athletic Club. Nadia Alvarado defeating John Iglesias. We have more handball in a few hours. For Dave Fink, Dave Chapman, Chris Grad, Linda Manning, my name is Dave Vincent. Thanks for tuning in here at racefor8.com.
At shelters, you'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Why wait? You can make a difference in the life of an animal. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person and adopt your new best friend today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.